Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time is a 2003 action-adventure video game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. Walkthrough, Part 1. Outside the palace, Save 0. Your tale begins with your entrance into another man's kingdom. Make no mistake, you are here as a warrior, and you are here to rob this kingdom of one of its most valued treasures. As the battle ensues, you must make your way into the heart of the Maharaja's palace to find the treasure secured within. The prologue serves as a tutorial. For every special action, you'll see text telling you what to do. Move forward from the start of the stage. Catapults slam into the ground ahead of you, killing the soldiers. Don't worry. None of the blasts seen throughout the prologue can actually hurt you, though they will open new pathways during your quest. Climb the rubble to the right and then jump the gap as instructed on screen. You're faced with a ledge too high to jump to. This is one of the simpler wall running puzzles. Hold down the R1 button and move straight up the wall. You'll run up the wall and grab the ledge. Hit the action button to pull yourself up. As you move across the bridge, another missile strikes, destroying the path ahead. Jump across. To the right you'll see a damaged wooden walkway. You can either jump the gap, or move alongside the wall and hold down the special action button to wall run to the other side. Head through the door on the left. Down the hall your path is blocked by some wooden crates. How inconvenient. Whip out your sword, smash the boxes and chairs, then move forward for your first taste of combat. This cherry-popping battle isn't tough by any means. Be sure to read the combat portion in the basics section of this guide to learn how to master your enemy. This fight is straight up. Block and let your enemy attack, then attack. You can check out some of the cool animations by jumping over your enemy and attacking, or jumping against a wall and springing off for an attack. A few strikes fells your enemy. Continue forward till you spot a ladder. Climb it and get ready for another fight, though this one is against two enemies. Remember that there's only one attack button to worry about, but the direction you choose selects the enemy to attack. If you are surrounded, leap over one of your enemies and attack. In the next room, you'll find a pool of water. Okay, so it's water that you end up standing in, which makes it seem a little less than sanitary, but drinking it, use the R1 button, heals you. Is this stuff filtered? Go through the doorway and you'll see a short cutscene showing off the 4 enemies awaiting you on the level below. Drop down the rubble steps, be against the wall to drop safely to the highest step and take on the 4 baddies, 2 spearmen and 2 swordsmen. Remember your training. Block front attacks, jump over enemies when you are surrounded, and swing early and often. Skip through the open door and make your way along the empty hall. Your next trouble spot comes when some pesky catapults blow up part of the path in front of you. Run along the wall over the first gap. Don't forget to hold down the special action button and do the same to get over the second gap. Piece of cake. Make your way to the ladder and give it a climb. Drink up at the well and head forward for another 4-on-1 battle. There's a lot of space here, so you can move to either side of the area and spread out your enemies. Fighting with your back to a ball is not a bad idea, so long as you remember to block. Now comes your first somewhat tricky puzzle. In the overall scheme of Prince of Persia, this isn't tricky at all, so if this one fools you, then you're in for a world of fooling over the next 10 hours. Move to the far wall and you'll see a thin ledge. Pay attention to how the ledge appears, because you'll need a sharp eye to find these throughout your adventure. Jump up and you'll automatically grab onto the ledge. You can pull yourself up onto a ledge with the jump button. If you're hanging from a ledge, you can drop by hitting the circle button, and if you are standing on a ledge, you can drop down and hang from the ledge with the cancel button. To make it across, move along the ledge and shimmy underneath the stone face. You'll soon reach the end of your current ledge. Pull yourself up and then jump up to grab the ledge above you. Pull yourself up onto the ledge and move around the corner. When you reach the next stone face, hit the cancel button to drop and grab the ledge you're on. Shimmy until you reach the end of the ledge and drop to the ledge below. Make your way to the stone face, shimmy beneath it, and get to the hole in the wall. Drop down when you are over the hole. Phew. As soon as you enter the room, pull out your sword. There are 4 spearmen inside, but you know how to handle them. If you need health, there's a fountain against the wall, sandwiched between 2 benches. You need to get to the balcony above, but how? Move to the cylindrical column in the back left corner of the room. Jump onto it, then climb to the top. Position yourself so your back is towards the front left column. Push towards it and jump, and you will leap to it and grab hold. Turn yourself to face the final column in the room, in the back right, and jump again. Now turn so your back is facing the balcony. Jump and you'll grab hold, just barely. Pull yourself up and you're set to continue forward. As you step through the green veil, the game offers up a save. Yes, a save sounds dandy. Do so now. Walkthrough, Part 2: The Maharaja's Treasure Vaults, Save 1. It's time to explore the hidden dangers leading to the treasure vault. What's inside, you can't truly be certain. From the start, run along the wall to the left to make it to the other side. If you happen to drop down, you can get back to your starting point thanks to some ledges against the front wall. The next part is a bit trickier. You need to run along the wall to the right and jump to the landing on the left. Before making your run, get a good sense of where the landing is in relation to where you'll need to jump. Remember, you'll be jumping straight across. Be patient, wait until you see yourself losing ground on the wall. Run, then jump to the other side. Run along the next wall so you can reach a new little conundrum. To go further, you need to get up onto the platform to the left, but you can't get there by jumping or running directly up the left wall. Instead, run up the wall to the right, and as you reach the peak of your run, jump and you will vault to the platform. Pull yourself up once you've grabbed the ledge. This is a common jump, so keep in mind how you got this one done. You're here, in the room with the all-important dagger. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as jumping a few gaps, as you're about to see. Start by running along the wall to the right. For the next gap, run along the wall and jump when you run across the red curtain. Note the dagger is in sight, but it's behind a wall, so you can't nab it just yet. From that little alcove, run up the wall to the left. Move to the long wall and run across until you drop onto the platform below the candles. Don't let go of the R1 button, just let gravity pull you down. Wall run one more time and head through the exit. The next room looks tough with 3 spiked poles moving back and forth. It's not hard at all. Drop down from the ledge. Watch the movements of the 3 poles. When the left and right pole moves back, the middle one is moving forward. Follow the left or right pole as it moves backwards, then sidestep to the middle and move to the edge of the area, where you are safe from the poles. Now it's time for a long wall run on the wall to the left. Hold down the R1 button the full way and you'll just barely make it to a hard-to-see lead on the next wall. Shimmy along the ledge until you reach its end. Climb up the ledge and jump across the gap to the ledge on the wall behind you. Move across to the end of that ledge, then jump back across to the ledge opposite the one you're on. Take this ledge on the solid ground, where another pole is waiting. It's easy enough to time the movements of the 2 poles and make your way through safely. At the next gap, run along the wall to the left. As you begin your descent, jump to the opposite wall and the ledge waiting there. Use the ledge to make it into the next room, the chamber where the dagger is held. Your first move is to make your way to solid ground, of which there is very little in the treasure vault. Hold down the circle button and move to the edge of the entrance. This will drop you down onto a ledge. There are several levels of ledges, but no ground beneath them. As you shimmy across, different sections of ledge will break. In this manner, make your way across to the end of the top ledge. From here, leap towards the column. A cutscene shows that there are a series of columns you'll need to jump to. There are only 4 directions you can be positioned on a column. Line yourself up so your back is to the next column, then jump backwards. Continue along in this manner until you reach a large gap between columns. Slide down the column and hop off when you near the bottom. Your next goal is getting atop the giant statue. Move to the wooden crate at the base of the statue. Smash it and move to where it was. Run up the statue from here and you can grab onto the wrist and pull yourself up. Run up the statue's right arm and jump at the crest of your run to land on the hand. Get up to the statue's giant noggin. The head and the wall to the left create a narrow column. It's time to pull off a little Mario move. Wall run up the side of the statue's head and jump to the left wall. As soon as you hit the wall, push the opposite way and jump back to the head, then to the wall. Ping-pong your way up to the top of the head, where you'll find the dagger. Should you fall and die, you restart at the base of the statue, so at least you don't have to go through all of the motions again. Finally, it's time to pick up the dagger and end the level. Oh wait, you still need to escape the vault alive. Shouldn't be too tough for a pro like you, and you now have the powers of the sand dagger. If you fall, you can rewind and save your skin. Refer to the basics section for more details on the powers of the dagger. It's now time to use your wall running skills to get out. Wall run to exit the chamber. The next room has some serious pitfalls as the broken floor reveals deadly spikes below. Use wall runs and then jumps to get to the safe platforms. Time is not a factor, so take your time to judge where you need to be on the wall when you jump to the platform. All that remains is to avoid the 3 sets of spiked challenges. The first is easy enough. Sidestep through the 3 moving spiky poles. The next set is a bit trickier, as there are 5 poles that move together. Look to the left or right and you'll spot an alcove. Run with the poles as they recede and step into the alcove. Wait for the poles to pass, then move on. Drop down into the room below and step through the 3 poles, which you've dealt with previously. Use the ledge to climb on up, then step through the room to initiate a long and very educational cutscene. Walkthrough, Part 3. You have unleashed the sands of time. Save 2. Following the cutscene showing the horrendous fate of your father, you find yourself in the Great Hall, having just cheated death. The mystery of the sands of time must be unraveled if you are to make amends for what transpired today. Here's one piece of the puzzle: there are now undead sand knights and servants wandering the halls. These beasts are fought as you would normal men, but once you strike them down, they can regenerate. The only way to stop them is by thrusting your dagger into them when they are stunned by pressing the triangle button. You get your first real taste of what combat will be like as soon as you take first sight of the Great Hall. Several baddies come at you and more will keep coming. You must continue to fight until you see a cutscene showing you sheathing your blade. That's the signal that all enemies in the room have been defeated. Your combat strategy doesn't change much, despite the increase in enemies and the need to plunge your dagger into their chests to vanquish them properly. Blocking is much more important than before, as the enemy AI kicks up a notch, allowing these villains to parry your attacks with more regularity. Sand enemies are not so much full physical beings as they are the souls made of sand. What the hell does that mean? You can expect them to occasionally teleport very short distances and otherwise disregard certain laws of physics. No matter, if you have deft hands you can take out even the most elusive of foes. You have some extra combat powers coming to you shortly, but for now, rely on quick fingers and plenty of slashing. If you find yourself getting wonked on too much, you can retreat down the hall, where you'll find a fountain. Drink up and heal so you can return to the battle. After the battle is won, A cutscene shows you step into a mysterious pillar of light. You have yourself a vision, which shows what you'll need to do in an upcoming puzzle. Of course, we'll give you the full skinny, but anyone wanting to try to get through puzzles on their own should always take note of their visions. You can also save here, and you definitely want to do that. To the left of the fiery light, you'll see some rubble that appears to be blocking a door. However, if you get closer you'll find that you can actually get past the rubble on the right and move into the next section. There's a girl you have to go after, so get on after her. Your pursuit is cut off by some falling debris. Don't worry, you're gonna find that girl. Take the door to the right to enter a new puzzle room. You need to get to the floor, but dropping down from the broken stairs will only get you dead. Instead, run along the wall to bridge the gap between the two sections of stairs. Once on the ground, you can find the retrieve underneath the staircase. Move along the ruined staircase to the back wall. There are several horizontal bars in front of you. Jump to grab the first. To swing, hold down the R1 button, and to release, press jump. You only need to swing once to gain enough momentum to leap to the next bar. Go from bar to bar and finally to the ledge. For a proper release, hit the X button when you've completed one revolution. You need to hold down the R1 button all the way through your release. Leap to the ledge and shimmy right, then get up onto the platform. Run along the wall to the left and move through the door when you reach the next platform. Once again the mysterious woman is cut off from you by falling rubble. Turn left from the rubble to find another series of swinging bars. However, the first bar is too far to reach with a leap. Instead, wall run to the left and you'll automatically grab the bar when you reach it. Shimmy right to position yourself with the next bar and vault across. Continue in this manner until you are safely on the other side. There's a water fountain ahead if you've injured yourself, otherwise move into the next room, which promises more leaping and a little bit of combat. You can already see the creatures lurking below, but they aren't your first concern. You need a way down safely. Once again, the bar in front of you is too far to reach with a mere jump. Wall run to it, then swing from bar to bar until you reach the sliver of balcony still intact. More bars await. Wall run to reach the top bar. It's time to introduce a new element. You can drop down to a bar below you by hitting the circle button. Drop down until you reach the floor, then quickly draw your sword to take on the undead servants below. By now you should have a good grasp of combat, so keep on the move and take these enemies down. Towards the end of the fight you'll discover a new power. By using the dagger when your sand power is full, you can freeze an enemy in time. This frozen enemy can then be sliced in half with your sword. Next comes a slightly tricky puzzle. Move to the black corner of the room. There's a bar you can't quite jump to. Instead, run straight into the wall and then jump at the height of your run to vault backwards and catch the bar. Turn around on the bar by tapping up. Swing and jump. When you hit the wall, jump and you will spring back and grab the upper bar. Turn around on the bar, swing and release to grab the ledge. Climb up onto the ledge and then up through the hole to the room on the other side of the wall. Walkthrough, Part 4. Had I really seen her? Save 3. From the save point, take a right and head down the hall, past the water fountain. Slash the bench blocking the doorway. Inside, go right to find another retrieve. Do a U-turn and you'll see a bar for swinging positioned past the entrance. There's a path you can use up above. To get up to the bar, run straight into the wall crowned with rubble and jump at your peak. Once you're on the bar, turn around and swing to the opening. The small opening opens up to a perilous drop. Tiptoe carefully to the edge against the far wall and drop to the step below, then head through the hole on the left. If you're curious what's down on the floor below, you'll get there soon enough. Follow the hallway around the bend and into the darkness. You come out in a fantasy world, a realm, apparently available only in your mind. Run along the bridge and drink the water. Fortunately, you're not in Tijuana and the water is just fine to drink. In fact, it increases your health meter. When you return to reality, you're back to where you first entered that hole, but now the hole is gone. Wah! It's time to make your way down. Run along the wall to the right. You're now on top of the ledge. Drop down the steps into the room below. Wall run over the hole in the floor and grab the retrieve on the other side. It's time to get even lower, so drop down the steps. A cutscene cues and you finally meet up with the beautiful lass who's already captured your heart. Unfortunately, giant scarabs break up the party. You promise to meet up with her again. Scarabs. Why did it have to be scarabs? Scarabs are not like typical creatures of the sand. You don't have to stake them with your dagger to dissolve them, you just need to give a few good whacks with your sword. Scarabs are only tough if you let yourself get surrounded. They have a big tail for their main attack as their wings will flutter before they shoot forward. Anytime you see fluttering wings, leap behind the scarab and strike. There's a water fountain in the back of the room to refresh yourself after the battle. Take the door to the left first and follow the path to another retrieve, then return and take the other door to enjoy another puzzle room. This large bedroom has a complex series of puzzles. To get into the room, leap across the first gap. Take a good look at your surroundings and then run down the hallway to the right. This leads you onto the outdoor balcony, where you witness a flying hourglass. Okay. Guess someone drank too much of the special Kool-Aid at the office party. The path ahead crumbles before you can set foot across. Make a full wall run to the other side and enter the bedroom once more. You now must contend with a series of columns you must leap from. Jump onto the first available column, which happens to be on right next to you. Position yourself so your back is to the next column off to the right and jump. Make your way around the columns until you reach a stubby column. There's a very short platform to the right. Jump to the ledge and drop down to the platform below. Here comes the tricky part. You must run along the wall and then leap to the column in the distance. Here's the easy part. Run until you reach the column's shadow on the wall, then jump. You'll be lined up perfectly with the column and make the grab with no problem. Slide down the column and slice up the two scarabs with no problem. If your meter is full, you should see a message about slowing time. Essentially, you can tap the rewind button to temporarily slow time during combat. Be sure to grab that retrieve, which is in plain sight, you can't miss it. When you're ready, move towards the right-hand wall. You must once again run the length of the wall and leap towards a column. And, once again, the shadow of the column on the wall is your jumping point. Move from that column to the next, making your way over to the remains of the second floor. Near the column you just dropped down from, there's a pillar of broken stone in the corner. Run up the side of the stone to grab the top and then pull yourself up. It's time for more death-defying feats. There is a horizontal bar that should now be in your field of vision. To get to it, run up the final length of the pillar and jump backwards. Once you have hold of the bar, swing to the next bar and then to the platform beyond. From that platform, turn to face where you just were. Say hello to the bars that helped you out, then jump the small gap to the column on the other side. Move to the broken column at the end of the platform, grabbing the retrieve along your way. Climb the broken column and leap to the next piece and then the next. There's a platform against the wall, jump to it. Now you need to get down without breaking your neck. Walk to the edge of the platform and hold down the circle button, which will let you drop and grab the side of the platform. Shimmy left and you'll automatically grab onto the left against the wall. From here you can drop down safely to the floor below, where a couple of scarabs await. But this platforming puzzle has not yet been fully solved. Follow the wall to find another series of bars you can swing from. These, however, can be reached with a jump. Swing to the next platform, where a pair of giant scarabs await. Aren't these bugs sick of being squashed yet? Kill them and then complete your final leap. Go to the railing and leap over it. You'll grab onto the edge. Shimmy to position yourself with the column rising from the floor. Jump to it, then slide down. Finally, you are on the ground. Your stay on the ground floor will not be a pleasant one, however, as numerous enemies attack. Fortunately, there is a drinking fountain nearby where you can replenish your strength, even mid-battle. As you fight, keep in mind that this is a large room and you don't have to stay in one spot. Move around to separate your enemies and avoid being surrounded. Just because you have defeated every enemy in sight does not mean the battle is over. Until you see the cutscene showing you sheath your blades, there are still baddies around, so stay sharp. Once every enemy is eliminated, a save point appears. Grab the retrieve in the corner of the room first, then run to the save point and have yourself a vision. Walkthrough, Part 5 A Secret Passage, Save 4. Be sure to pay attention to your vision, as it shows what's coming in this segment. It's called a secret passage for a reason, because there is indeed a hidden passage in the bedroom. Facing the save point, turn right and go to the bookcase. Move to either end and hold down the special action button to grab the bookshelf. You can then move it left to reveal a large hole in the wall. Head on through. Make your way down the stairs and you'll come across another fabulous run and jump moments. Run the length of the left wall and jump to the platform at the end of the room. Be sure to grab the retrieve on the floor before stepping on the white symbol on the ground, which opens the door to the next room. As you enter the room, the bridge is destroyed by falling rubble, so you need to wall run and jump to the other side. Take the wall to your right, run until you are under the second waterfall and jump. Once on the other side, you need to get the door open. Standing on the white tile opens the door, but the moment you step off, the door slams shut. You need something to hold down the tile while you got through. Good thing someone left a big crate in the corner. Use the special action button to grab hold and drag it onto the tile. With the door now securely open, head through to one of the brainier puzzle rooms. First things first, you need to make it onto the large round platform, but jumping won't do you any good. Look to the right and you'll find a white panel on the wall. There's a lever that you can grab by holding down the special action button. Grab it and move backwards as far as you can, pulling the lever with you. Though you can't see it, this is extending a bridge to the platform. However, the moment you let go of the lever, the bridge recedes. Let go of the lever and run onto the bridge. As soon as you reach the edge, jump across to the platform. It's time for the introduction of the brainiest puzzle yet. The platform you're standing on has 4 symbols corresponding to the 4 glowing axles sticking out from the wall. You will need to match up each symbol with the axle and have all 4 locked into the platform. This is made all the more difficult because there's a maze you must guide the axles through. You do this by rotating and raising the platform with the 2 levers. The one with the spiral handle raises the platform vertically, so we'll call it the vertical lever, and the other raises it horizontally, so we'll call that one the horizontal lever, naturally. You must pick the axles up in a specific order. Fortunately, the game lets you know when you've grabbed the wrong one. Oh, and of course we tell you exactly what to do anyway. You are already lined up with the first axle, which is the full moon. Move forward and step on the glowing tile to lock in the axle. Spin the horizontal to articulate the axle right. Spin the vertical to raise the axle 1 level. Now move the horizontal until the axle goes as far left as it can and use the vertical to drop down 1 level. You can now lock the empty moon into place. Raise the platform 1 level, then articulate the horizontal until the far axle hits the right wall. Ascend the vertical 2 levels and lock in the half moon. Now move the horizontal until the empty axle slot is above the crescent moon axle and move the vertical down one level. Lock the crescent in place. Move the platform up one level. Now it's just a matter of lining up the symbols. Push the horizontal lever counterclockwise once and you should see all the symbols matched up. If not, continue to rotate until they do match up. Then spin the vertical one last time to rise up and lock them all into place. Now that's a puzzle, eh? It's not quite over yet. Climb the ladder and move to the white symbol on the ground. Jump up to grab and pull down the lever. Now, if you don't quite understand what just occurred in the cutscene, you just activated the palace's defense mechanism. That's right. You just turned it on all sorts of extra hazards for yourself to traverse. Good show. Oh, and the old man who sounded like a cast-off from Monty Python gurgles and dies mysteriously. Head back down the ladder and prepare for another fight. Take down the pair of undead knights who greet you, then move to the save point and have yourself another vision. Walkthrough. Part 6 The Palace's Defense System, Save 5. Good job making your quest even tougher. Way to go, sport. Your first taste of the defense system involves some moving poles and some spiky floors. While you can get through by following the moving spiky poles, you're better off traversing the floor. As long as you move slowly across the floor traps, you didn't think those holes were just beauty marks, did you? The spikes won't shoot up. There's a lever against the wall. Pull it all the way back. This opens a door at the end of a series of traps. You need to be quick at this point, so head up the stairs and step through the spiky poles. Ahead is a ledge that's guarded by a buzzsaw. Wait for the buzzsaw to move down the hall, then run along the wall to grab the ledge. To avoid the buzzsaw, which will cut you if you are hanging on the ledge, pull yourself up and walk the ledge. You need to then jump to the next ledge, which has a buzzsaw that will cut you if you are standing. Let the buzzsaw pass, then leap to the ledge and drop down into a hanging position. Shimmy to the corner and wait for the buzzsaw to pass overhead, then pull yourself onto the ledge and jump to the floor across from you. Your journey through danger is far from over. The next ledge has a pair of buzzsaws moving in tandem. This is easy to get past, however. Let the buzzsaws get to the far end of the ledge, then run the wall to grab the ledge and quickly pull yourself up. Move along the ledge until you are lined up with the ledge on the other wall and jump to it. Now move to the end of the ledge, let the buzzsaws pass, jump back to the previous ledge, shimmy to safety, and drop down onto solid ground. Head through the half-closed door to enter another puzzle room. Before you can get to puzzling, there are quite a number of sand ghouls that must be dealt with. Don't leave yourself trapped at the entrance. Instead, move into the courtyard to give yourself some spacing. There's a water fountain in the left corner of the yard if you get in trouble. Once the enemies are defeated, grab the retrieve located behind some rubble in the far right corner of the yard and then hop to the fiery save point for another vision and a delicious save. A booby-trapped courtyard, save 6. The vision shows what you need to do to survive the courtyard, but in case you missed it, we'll give you a full recounting. Mosey on over to the glowing tile on the wall. Run up the wall to press the tile. This raises a platform in the center of the courtyard. Run up each side to get on top. The platform will lower after several seconds, so quickly jump up and grab the bar. Swing and release to get to the next platform, then jump to the balcony to the right. The slowly rotating blade on the ground isn't very tricky. Wait until it swipes, then run past it. Run along the left wall and jump off as you near the corner to get to the next part of the balcony, where several spiky poles and some spinning blades await. There's no trick here, you just need to be quick with your hands. Wait for the foremost pole to move aside, run in, leap over the slowly spinning blade and then dodge the last remaining poles. Piece of cake. Jump to the bar, which opens the door, and swing your way across. You didn't think the courtyard drama was already over, did you? Oh no, far from it, lad. Next up, there's a trap-filled floor that will go spiky on your ass if you walk too fast. Not to worry, as walking the floor isn't on the day planner. Instead, climb onto the debris near the start of the area and run along the wall. When you're near the corner, jump backwards to grab the ladder. You can move left or right to swing yourself onto the front of the ladder. Time to climb. From here it's just a matter of a simple wall run across the gap and then a leap across the small corner gap to the next part of the balcony. Grab the retrieve. See the booby trap floor in the corner? You need to get through the hole above it. Easy enough. Climb the debris in the opposite corner, then run along the wall. You'll automatically grab onto the edge of the hole. Pull yourself through. Don't think that the courtyard is over, you're just here to earn some extra health. Head down the hall and into the darkness, the other side of which is a familiar hallucination. Run to the fountain and drink up for another health increase. When you awaken, you're back by the spiky corner. Look across the gap and you'll see a couple of bars. Swing and release on each to get to a tiny crack in the wall that you can grip. Shimmy to the right, around the corner, so your back is to the next platform. Jump backwards and you'll clear the gap. Next up is another wall run to a jump, but the twist is there's a buzzsaw moving up and down the side of the wall. What kind of freak built this place? Your wall run is very quick, so wait for the saw to move high and run across. As you see the corner, jump off the wall to relative safety. You're getting closer, but you're not out of the fire yet. Run straight up the wall in front of you to grab the ledge. Pull yourself up and then align yourself so your back is to the bar. Jump off and grab the bar. Turn yourself around on the bar so you're facing the closed door above. Yeah, it's closed, but you need to get up there anyhow, so do the old swing and release and quit your bitchin'. Now comes the hardest part of the courtyard gauntlet. You need to make a full run across the wall and avoid the moving blade at the same time. This is all about timing. Wait for the blade to move upwards. Once it has passed your head level, start your run to the next platform. Since the blade still has to travel to the top and head back down, you should have plenty of clearance. The next run is the same timing, but you must jump off the wall after passing the blade to get to the next part of the upper balcony. Note the door with the symbol. You're about to open that. This is the final test of the balcony, so smile or something. Once again you need to wall run to avoid the blade. Easy stuff by now. Do not step on the tile on the floor just yet. It opens that big door you saw previously, but it only stays open for a few seconds. Because of this, you cannot wait for the blade to be in the proper position after you've hit the switch. You need to time everything perfectly. Move behind the tile and look at the blade. Since you have a longer run, wait for the blade to be at the bottom of its move, then run across the tile to lower the door and run along the wall. By the time you reach the blade, it will be above. As soon as you land on solid ground, run through the door before it closes. Pull the lever in front of you until it won't come out any further. This opens a door at the end of the hall on the floor above you, but the door will close soon, so you must be very quick. First up you have some nasty saws and a spiked floor below. Obviously falling is not an option. Wait for the saw to be at a low point and wall run over it. Roll underneath the slow spinning blade. You now need a way to the floor above. Wall run up along the button on the left. This causes a platform to appear from the wall. At the peak of your run, jump backwards onto the platform. From the platform, jump up to grab the ledge above. Pull yourself up, then grab the next ledge above and pull yourself up again. Jump backwards to next ledge, then jump up 2 sets of ledges until you are standing on top of a grey ledge. Move around the corner, so your back is facing the platform and jump off to safety. For the final run, you have 2 choices. There's a horizontal saw to the left and 2 vertical saws to the right. Choose left. Wait for the saw to get near you. Say about a quarter of the way from the end of its run, then run across the wall and you will run over the top of the blade. Hurry to the door and roll under it before it closes. Man, that was some hard stuff. Now for the easy part. Your dad is a sand demon and he has lots of sand minions acting as his aides. Oh wait, this is the hard part, sorry, not the easy part at all. Your dad is one tough curmudgeon, but he should not be your primary concern. The other sand ghouls should be dispatched first and foremost. While they seem endless, there is a finite amount. Be careful when fighting the Blue Knights, as they can knock you down if you try to jump over them. Instead roll around them or jump backwards to avoid their attacks. Don't let yourself get surrounded. Anytime you are swarmed, back it up. Your other concern is for the welfare of the young lady mixed up in the battle. She fires arrows that stun enemies, but you must also try and keep her safe. The best way to do this is to draw the enemies towards you. Anytime you spot an enemy closing in on the girl, move in and intercept. If she dies, you have to start the battle over from the beginning. Remember to keep moving and avoid getting backed into a corner. After you've killed the final minion, it's time to take on Daddy. Your papa isn't all that tough actually. For one thing, the girl is now safe from danger, so you can concentrate solely on your duel to the death with your papa. Sand Daddy will block all attacks from the front, but you can jump over him and attack repeatedly. Keep doing this. Again and again and again. Jump over and attack. Again and again and again. It takes a while, but eventually Daddy Dearest falls to the ground in defeat. Stab him and enjoy a cutscene, a vision, and a luscious save.